This is the lockpicking lawyer. The lock you see in front of you is the EVVA model ALS. Now the ALS is, well, pretty much its defining characteristic is a nasty paracentric keyway, but in truth the keyway is much worse than it looks because there is a plug insert toward the back of the keyway that makes the lock in the back very, very difficult to access. So looking at the key, you can see there's some extra cuts on the side that basically make the warding or change the warding partway down the lock. And let me see if I can give you a head-on. There we go. We can see the zigzag on the key. That's what the warding looks like in the back of the keyway. Obviously, there's no pick in the world that's going to be able to go up and down through there. So our strategy is going to have to be to find the holes in the warding that were drilled for the pins to come down through and try to move up from the bottom and just straight up those holes. That requires about as close to a 90-degree angle on the pick as possible. I'm using the Peterson number 7 hook in 15 thousandths for that. And what that will also require is top of the keyway tension. And I don't have much that can fit in the top, but I do have one. So that's what we'll use. Let's get started, and hopefully we can get through this nasty warding. Using moderate tension, number 1 going up that hole. I think I got a click there. Number 2. Okay, after number 1 and 2 we got a false set, so let's find number 3. Counter rotation on him, going straight up the hole in the warding. If I can find it. There we go. Okay, I think I got number 3. Felt like a spool, a little bit of counter rotation, and then we set. We're on number 4 now, and same thing, that felt like a spool. Now behind 4 there is a plug insert that I have to maneuver my pick through to get to number 5. And now I'm going to try to find the hole in the warding for number 5, which is going to be the hardest, by far the hardest pin in the lock. And I think I found him. There we go. So if we have a strategy for dealing with these locks, there's no reason it can't be an easy pick, but you need a strategy to deal with that sort of warding. Now let's gut this and I will show you what's inside. There we go. Okay, I am going to lock this up again to make it easy to gut. Let's get that C-clip off. And let's see, how's this look? A little bit big. Use this one. I usually use that for Euro cylinders. There we go. Okay, I'll show you what this is in just a moment. But right there in between pins 4 and 5 is that plug insert I was talking about. And I'll pull him out in just a moment. Let's pull these key pins out. Number 1 is standard, 2 is standard, 3 is standard, 4 is standard, and 5 is standard. Here's that plug insert I was talking about. And let me focus in on him. That's what restricts the keyway in the very, very back. And it's a clever idea, and it does make the lock more difficult. Okay, let's get these driver pins out now. Number 1 is standard. Looks like that could be a steel drill pin. We'll check that in just a minute. 2 is standard. Looks like that could be steel also. Could be nickel silver. nickel silver. We'll see if they're magnetic. Number 3 is a long spool. The only other place I've seen a spool that looks like that is inside of some of the EVVA's dimple locks. Number 4 is a long spool. And number 5 is a long spool as well. And that's it. Let me check to see if those front pins are magnetic. They are not. So they're not there for drill resistance. Okay, let me give you a close-up of this. So on the EVVA ALS, all standard key pins, the 2 front driver pins are standard, and then we've got some really long spools in 3, 4, and 5. And we've got the core over here, which in between 4 and 5 has that keyway insert that really makes the wording, I mean, diabolical is the word I'll use for that. That's really pretty tough. So that's it for now. If you have any comments, please put them below. If you'd like this and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.